Are you tired of doing work for free? Do you feel like insurance companies are walking all over you? Did you know that roofing claims are typically paid out at $2,500 less than what they should be? Are you eating that cost? My name's John Dye, and at Art of the Supplement, we teach contractors exactly what they need to know to get paid right on roofing restoration projects. We've taught over 400 roofing professionals how to succeed with insurance claims, and now we're heading to your area to help you win through our full-day training course, the Art of the Supplement Boot Camp. Through this in-depth training, you'll learn the entire claims process from start to finish, the right way to document your claims so you get paid faster, the 5 items nearly every contractor misses and how to get paid for them, and much, much more. Space at these events is extremely limited, and this will absolutely sell out. Don't miss out on this opportunity to learn everything you need to know to get paid what you're worth. Click the link below right now to reserve your tickets.
Good afternoon, everyone. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here, a little sleepy for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast. If you guys didn't stay up late with us and watch last night, we did have a pretty intense tornado move through Nashville. Unfortunately, it looks like it was a rather deadly tornado. We're going to go over that. We're going to talk about potential for some storms later on today. But as always, thank you to Merlin Law Group, C3 Group, and more recently, Balance Claims and Art of the Supplement for sponsoring our videos. And you can get a discount on Art of the Supplement in the code that's provided in the description below. And you can go to any of their pages. They are linked in the description below as well. So, upcoming events. Right now, actually, the Highway to Hail forecast event is in Chicago. Yes, it feels like storm season's already pretty much upon us here. So these last couple dates, we're going to be kind of soldiering through pretty quickly. Actually, today, Derek will be going over the Nashville tornado at the Chicago event. And got March 5th, March 10th, and on March 12th here on Facebook, we will be putting out that national forecast for everyone else to see. So, oops, I went the wrong way. There we go. Weather headlines for today. The top headline is one of the biggest headlines of the day. Yes, it is a major political day, being Super Tuesday. However, a major tornado happened last night about 1 o'clock in the morning in Nashville, and it went what looks like over 100 miles across Middle Tennessee, pretty much right along I-40. Unfortunately killed 21 people and counting so far, and done looks like a ton of damage. We have hail possible tonight across Texas, mostly central Texas and western Texas near the Mexico border. Strong winds, more tornadoes are possible today across the South and Mid-Atlantic states, and even more severe weather is possible in the deep south tomorrow and going into your Thursday. So we're pretty busy first week of March here. Nothing too insane. I mean, we've had some real wild days before. March 2nd, 2012 is still one of the busiest hail days in the last 15 years, but busy nonetheless. And unfortunately, it only takes one tornado for things to be really crazy. So with that, here we have yesterday's storm. I'm putting 2 of them together here. We had a 4-star and a 3-star map. 4-star map was indeed the tornado in the Nashville area, and the 3-star map was the hailstorm that went with it. So there was up to baseball-sized hail, Charlotte, Bradford, Cookeville, Tennessee. Baseball-sized hail, maybe a little bit bigger than that in Charlotte, Tennessee. Only about 9,000 houses hit, but it's more what got hit versus how many got hit. Town of Charlotte, Tennessee, getting pretty much obliterated with baseball-sized hail. And of course, the Nashville tornado. I'm trying to keep updates on this all morning. Maximum estimated strength. So they just started doing the survey. So National Weather Service, they go out, they survey all the damage, and they kind of see, well, how strong was this tornado? And they're saying, at least in Mount Juliet, I believe in Cookeville, and I think parts of eastern Nashville somewhere, at least EF3 damage. Would not be surprised based on pictures and drone footage that I saw this morning once we finally got some daylight that this could end up being an EF4 tornado. Here's some pictures of hail. Yes, the hail did happen. Didn't quite happen in Nashville, but before it got there, before it started dropping tornadoes, it was dropping some giant hail. But again, that bigger story is the damage. This is in eastern parts of Nashville, just the city itself, pretty close. The storm went right through downtown. A lot of damage, a ton of damage. I mean, we are talking a major commercial area in the Nashville area got obliterated here. A lot of activity, and courtesy of I think one of the news channels. Either way, our meteorologist Steve found this last night, this picture, and probably the best picture of the tornado itself. Again, it's happened about 1 in the morning, and I think that's one of the main reasons why so many deaths are already being reported with this storm. Unfortunately, what comes with that is the fact that people aren't able to be aware that the storms are happening. You know, you have the sirens going off, but I mean, I was sound asleep and got awoken by our other meteorologist Heather saying, "Hey, there's a tornado in Nashville." I'm like, "What?" You know. So, and this is in my industry, so that's definitely why things kind of go awry a little bit. So I do have a little more information, a little more going into this storm, seeing how I was live. Again, thanks to everybody who watched. I think we had about 60 people watching at one point, which again, about 1:15 in the morning. I was not expecting that many people to be watching with me. I did have a brand new computer as we've been doing a lot of upgrades here, and I haven't had a chance to put any of this video equipment onto my laptop, so I had to do it all through my phone. So again, thanks for you guys for watching. But with that, I'm going to take a minute just to kind of show you guys everything that went down in Nashville yesterday evening, or I guess overnight. It was very late. So this was, I'm going to show, you know, here's your regular radar. This is the CC, the correlation coefficient. Usually when we're doing hail coverage, we show this because it shows hail very well. It also shows debris, such as tornado debris balls, extremely well also, and that kind of really showed how things are going. So as the storm moved through the area, they never did a tornado emergency, which, you know, I'm not the National Weather Service, but right there. So I can actually pinpoint this for you guys. We actually had a nice little debris ball here, right in there, showing a lot, big time debris being lofted in the air. Another area there, you can see it in the CC there, that little area, this little area of green. That's not hail, that was a bunch of debris getting picked up. The storm was hitting the smaller airport in the Nashville area and then started moving off to the east, pretty much due east, going onto that north side of the Nashville, downtown Nashville area. So you can see right here when it moved through. This is where a lot of those pictures I just showed you guys, this is exactly where that was from. Again, we're very close to the radar, so it made it so a little hard to see. But when we pushed forward, and this is when I knew things were real bad, when we got to, jumping ahead, right about here. We're moving through Mount Juliet, so we're very close to the radar. Nashville is a continuously growing major city, so you get a little bit of feedback issues with the radar, but you can still see that little circle there of the debris ball. And then, I mean, once we got to here, I think you guys can probably tell exactly where you're going to be seeing that tornado right in there. So this was a big deal. Rode I-40 went for possibly up to 150 miles. We're going to have to see. It looks like it might have hopscotched a little bit, but if it's a continuous swath, it's going to be extremely impressive. And unfortunately, the death toll is kind of going along with that due to the fact that it happened so late at night, continued moving through. And the other thing that was interesting that I just wanted to throw in was right here. You know, you look right here on the CCs, you can see all these lower CCs. Normally, again, if you watch our live coverage on occasion, this means lots of big hail. Not this time. This was actually all of the debris from Nashville, Mount Juliet, all the areas getting hit by a tornado, getting lofted and launched out through the downdraft of the storm. So it was almost like a vacuum cleaner. You know, the tornado sucking up all the stuff, and then it has nowhere to go but down, and it just started pushing out. So probably had lots of papers and other small objects getting tossed around in that storm. So again, real crazy storm. The map's available. Obviously our thoughts and prayers are with everyone in Nashville and the surrounding areas. This is a truly awful storm and a really terrible way to kick off storm season this year with a deadly tornado. I mean, I know a lot of us want to see the big storms, we want to see the big hail, not so much the super deadly tornadoes. So what are you expecting for today for hail? Looks like mostly just central and western south central Texas. So you got pretty much San Antonio points north and west. The most significant area looks to be in the Del Rio, Eagle Pass area, and showing, if I can actually get it to go here. There we go. Areas of risk. Your moderate risk probably going to be right along that border town, Del Rio. Low chances for San Antonio and Austin. Really looks like these storms are going to be more of a wind threat by the time they get to the I-35 corridor in central Texas. And there's an outside chance at the very end of our forecast period, practically daybreak tomorrow, getting some storms, maybe north of New Orleans, over by Pensacola, again, low risk there. And if you missed our video yesterday, yes, we have changed our graphics. We have some new improved graphics. We've done away with the numbers and replaced it with colors and risk levels. So your low end chances, those are gonna be in your green hail trace icon pins. Moderate is going to be yellow, high is red, extreme is going to be saved for your biggest risk days. Then we have the hatched most significant areas, so that is the overall area that we're expecting the best chance for the big time storms, and then otherwise the swaths here are just reflective of the size potential that is equivalent to what we have for our maps if you have a subscription with Hail Trace. So that's what we're seeing for today. City-specific forecast here for San Antonio. If any storms do happen that produce hail, it'll be late again tonight. Might be burning the midnight oil again if anything crazy happens. 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. I think the chance is a little lower than Nashville. We had up to golf ball size hail if anything goes crazy, but that chance is pretty low, and an even lower chance. So we got a low chance of quarters and even lower chance of golf balls. So that's your absolute best case scenario in terms of a big time storm. So wind forecast for today, much wider area. Again, that best chance tonight with any of those big storms that happen across Texas, but pretty rural area. Otherwise, we got low end risk for a good chunk of the country here. So everywhere here in the southeast, that's your best chance of maybe a couple isolated tornadoes, but for the most part, you're seeing low end chances of wind gusts approaching 60, 65 miles an hour, and even an outside chance you could see a little spin up tornado or some lower wind gusts with a squall line of storms that looks like it's to form in mid-Atlantic states. Again, that best chance for winds, maybe even getting closer to 70. If anything crazy happens, it's going to be there in Texas, kind of away from some people. So there's that future radar. Focusing in pretty much just on Texas. The rest of the country looks a little less impressive, which is overall wind gusts. You see storms towards the end of the run, so it's going to be after midnight for the most part. Those storms are going to form, and even see stuff. This is near daybreak, so unfortunately, a lot of us at Hail Trace going to be night owls yet again with all this overnight activity across Texas. That'll be moving through. Biggest chance for hail, again, those storms crossing the Rio Grande in the overnight hours. We'll see if Eagle Pass, Del Rio, one of those towns might actually get hit. And if we're super lucky, it can make it all the way to San Antonio. For tomorrow, looking at potential for quarter golf ball size hail across most of the deep south Gulf Coast states. I need some sleep, you guys. Have low end chance. New Orleans, Pensacola, Montgomery, and you name it, anywhere in here, it's about the same idea. You get that hail maybe up to some $50 size. If anything goes crazy, we'll update the forecast map tomorrow for maybe more isolated supercells, but I think we might see kind of messy storm mode that keeps hail sizes lower, might keep the wind risk a little higher. So right now, a low end chance for your Wednesday, and that future radar shows quite a bit of activity going on for the day. A lot of rain, and again, if any storms can stay isolated, get strong enough updraft, you could see some of that coastal hail that could happen. It's been a while since New Orleans said anything, so won't be mad if that happened for you guys. Looking ahead, Thursday, right at the end of the map here in Florida, could see some storms. Tallahassee, Jacksonville, possibly even as far south as Orlando, could see some storms, and after that, nothing for the rest of the week. Kind of get time to relax, maybe here at Hail Trace we can sleep a little bit and reload for next week. It looks like things are gonna possibly take off again. So, man, find that text though. So follow us here on Facebook. If you are watching us on Facebook, watching us on YouTube, or any of our other platforms, feel free to follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, simply at Hail Trace. Pretty easy to find. I got them the right logos this time. And contact us. Any comments, questions, or concerns, any training, you're new to Hail Trace, interested in Hail Trace, all of the above, give us a call right there, 855-334-4245. You can email us as well, info@hailtrace.com, or you can just visit our website for more details and message us through the chat on there if you don't like talking on the phone. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow at 12 p.m. If anything else crazy happens tonight, we have another late night session. Hopefully my computer, I should have some software on my computer ready to roll in case I have to get up at 1 in the morning again and do some live coverage. Try to keep doing the cell phone coverage to a minimum. So see you guys again tomorrow. If not, have a great day.